Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. I'm one third of the Small Time Critics. My name is Moe.
Kem.
Mark.
Yes, and yeah, we're here for a movie review, spoiler movie review for The Flash, directed by, I am so unprepared. Who directed this? Andy Muschietti.
Muschietti, yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, starring Ezra Miller and
Michael Keaton, Sasha.
There's a
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Anyway, let's get there.
Sorry.
Why'd you do that, Mark?
Let's get there.
You threw me off.
Let's get there.
Alright, guys, before we get into this review, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out so you get notifications. And rate us on the audio streaming platforms. It would really be a great help. Guys, okay. Kem, is it safe to say that The Flash is your favorite superhero?
Yes.
Cool. Since The Flash is your favorite superhero, I'm going to start with you. Mm-hmm. Tell me, brother, what did you think about this movie that's been so highly anticipated? It's been labeled the greatest superhero movie ever, and all of this jazz. It's had all of its controversy. It's been in pre-production for years. What do you finally think about the finished product?
I don't like the fact that you've got a big smile on your face because you've done all of that, yeah. But anyway, look, we move. So
You're like reeling him in. Yeah, I'm going to get him in.
I know he likes the Flash in it.
you know when a man wants you to trip up. Like, you know, okay, look. Cards on the table.
Yeah,
cards on the table.
Yeah,
for real now. When I watched the movie, like in the cinemas, I was, as I said before, on my little little thing on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, go catch the Flash video blog on our YouTube page.
Yeah. So I was a bit torn because...
Shout out to Ashford Picture House.
Big shout out to Ashford Picture House. I was torn because the CGI was so bad. So I looked at... There's a lot of in my opinion, there's a lot of sort of people coming after saying, it was intent, it was creative intent, which I don't believe for nothing. It's not creative intent, in my opinion. If it is, Andy Muschietti, he needs to get away from any.
He's doing. I think he's built to do Batman Brave and Bold.
No. Brave and Bold. We will talk about that. Anything. So okay, go back to the Flash now. So again, after sitting on it and thinking about it, the movie in itself, the storyline itself, is not bad. It's not bad, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's just what they did with the CGI. Visually, that was flawed. That fell short.
It probably takes you out, isn't it?
And I believe...
It depends on if... The only bit that I didn't like with the CGI was the very beginning scene when he was saving the babies. That was so cool and yet so bad.
Full disclosure, I missed that part.
Yeah, no, we spoke. It
was
so bad. It was so bad.
I asked you, what did I miss in the first 20 minutes? Yeah, I was like, I'm in the cinema. Yeah, I'm so late. I even asked the people when I showed my ticket. I was like, I missed any good first 20 minutes, and I can't see it yet. I was like, right, cool. Walked in. I was like, guys, what happened in the first 20 minutes? Because I don't know. And then Kem's like, he saved some babies. That's it. I didn't see. Did the Ben Affleck part happen when he's on a motorbike?
Yeah.
See, I haven't saw that stuff.
Bro, that's in my mind. Yeah, I'm so stuck on the CGI being so
cool
bad.
Scene
was
as well,
it?
with Ben Affleck coming as Batman?
Yeah,
I loved it. And then Wonder Woman come in and saved him.
Bro.
No!
The music fired up when she come on stage. Oh man.
Mo, in all seriousness,
put goose paintballs.
In all seriousness,
Absolutely brilliant.
After seeing this, I want to see Ben Affleck as Batman again. After seeing,
I've always liked him.
I've liked. And then
amazing.
So this is it. So I watched the Dawn of Justice yesterday.
BVS.
Yeah, Batman v Superman.
BVS,
yeah. And I really looked at it. Apart from some bits of it, yeah. Again, apart from the
writing,
yeah,
it's not him. It's the writing. That's why I don't understand when people get onto Ben Affleck.
No, but there's some parts of it was actually really good.
He's great.
No, I'm not talking about just Batman. I'm talking about
the movie.
The movie.
Yeah, it had aspects of it.
It had aspects, yeah. But then obviously it took away from
when he was fighting against those people.
I'll put this right down here, yeah. That Lex Luthor that we had for that should never ever be Lex Luthor. That's it. I think that ruined it. But anyway, going back to the Flash, the same like the BVS. It had elements of it could be really good if it was executed properly.
Yeah.
And that's the problem in my eyes. Execution was poor visually. I looked at Batman v Superman. The CGI was incredible.
I mean,
So
that's the boy Zack Snyder.
But that's what I'm saying. If we had Zack Snyder to do this, we're talking different.
No.
And if we had Ezra Miller wiped out and somebody else, because you have to understand, there are some biases. Look, I'm not taking anything away from his behavior. That is abhorrent.
Their behavior.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
People in behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's abhorrent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not taking anything away from that.
Yeah.
If it was somebody else, if it was Gus.
Grant Gustin. I like him, man.
Hey, he's my guy. He's my guy.
I like him.
Him and Cisco.
I like
but anyway, if it was him,
Yeah.
there wouldn't have been like a preconceived like, all right, this guy's we're gonna boycott this.
Sure.
People to watch it with fresh eye, thinking, all right, I'm gonna watch it for the movie.
Sure.
But then CGI was done like that because I looked into a clip of the CGI, and there was this guy. He was a part of the CGI team, and he said, look, if you look at movies like this and the CGI is bad, it's because it was done in a short period of time, in a week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you have the avatars, you have the BVS, you have all these other CGI heavy movies.
Yeah.
They take time. You know, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
One scene, the train scene, took 5 years to complete.
Yeah.
So imagine they if invested that much time in the Flash, and they had so much time to reshoot. They could have got him out and reshot it. I would have loved if they put this movie back a year. I would have loved it.
Let's hear from Mark. Go on.
Yeah, I think the problem is that I think they filmed so many scenes with Ezra Miller. It was cheaper to continue on than it was to replace him completely.
They got rid of the Batgirl movie after fully completed, done. So
yeah, but when you spent 70 million on a film and up to 500 million on the film, there's a big difference. You can I know we're talking stupid money still, but when you can a 70 million film with a Batgirl, which no one really wanted in the first place,
and it's probably not heavy CGI in that as well.
But when you've got a Flash film with the likes of Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, and all these other famous stars, the multiverse, and you've put in 300 million before the reshoots, you're going to continue to do it because financially you're not going to bin it, regardless of what Ezra Miller's done or hasn't done or allegedly done. So they're going to continue. That being said, I mean, the only reason I was disappointed because I was expecting a Flashpoint movie because I've read the comic book several times and I reread it before. Yes, it is so good, and I thought that's what I was getting. And then when we saw Michael Keaton, I thought, I wonder if that's going to be Thomas Wayne. I wonder if that's going to be Batman's dad because we're in Flashpoint now. But it's not. It's just
him.
80s
Batman.
I mean, I was still happy to see
it. You know what?
When he came on screen, I was like, "Oh, it's Batman."
He was still.
I knew he was in it, and I was still going, "Oh, it's coming."
I was so annoyed a little bit because there was parts like, for example, scenes that were shown in the trailer. Like, for example, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Yeah. When they finally showed it in the movie, it was in a response to like something that didn't make sense. Like, why are you putting that line in that moment? It didn't make sense. And also the "I'm Batman" line. They'd already seen you and knew you were Batman.
Yeah. What they know you're Batman.
it just didn't hit, and just like
it's because they put the music, the 80s music behind, and they come up to me, I'm Batman. I know. Yeah.
I just think that with this movie, they tried to fit in too much into one movie. Yeah. My thing is, I love the Flashpoint Paradox storyline, right? But if you're gonna do a Flash origin story, just do a Flash origin story.
They had to throw the multiverse in.
Why do you have to put all of this? It's too complicated. And think about it, if like guys like us who love the comics and stuff like that have so many negatives towards this movie, imagine just a normal moviegoer that doesn't know about like all of this multiverse stuff. They're so confused watching this stuff. So to me, it was just kind of like, it just felt so short. What I will say though is, I loved the relationship with him and his mum. There was moments in that where it hit me, like towards the end, especially when he hugged her in the supermarket. And
he was taking out the tomato, knowing that that's gonna kill her.
It hurt, man.
There are some elements in the movie that I mess with,
because he has such a tragic story. Like his origin is so tragic, and just like I feel like it could be done so well, but like to add Flashpoint into this stuff is just. It's too much going on. Yeah. Like, why?
An unbiased opinion, because most opinions today are very biased because of Ezra Miller. An unbiased opinion based on the storyline and everything, and based on what the performance, some of the performance that he actually put in there was really good.
No, I think he's a good actor.
He is,
especially when he was carrying himself through the walls.
Yeah,
and he let himself. I thought that's like the same guy.
Oh, Mark, you know when he started running slow, I was.
I thought so. I thought you'd have been.
I was.
Oh man, he's just making those scratching noises.
That was funny, man. Oh my goodness.
But then again, I always come back to that. It could have been executed so much better.
When we saw that first ghost thing, I thought that was a time wraith.
Me too. I thought it was a time wraith as well.
Again, a time wraith. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. No, then we got into that multi bit with the circle thing with the other Flash. My first thought was, yeah, that's Flash from the future.
It became a bit predictable afterwards.
Yeah, once he got that thing and he's
in his arm. Yeah. You know what I thought straight away when I first saw him? What? Savitar. Immediately I thought of Savitar. I was like, this is probably Barry from another timeline.
But then it just shows that. Even though Hash poo-poos on the Flash, hey, listen, don't crap on Gus. Was it Grant Gus? You know?
Do you know if the Flash, if that show was on a different network, it would be 10 times better. The fact that it's on the CW limits it so much.
And it's part of the Arrowverse.
But then you know the wickedest thing, if Grant Gus was the Flash in this instead of Ezra Miller, I think that okay. Look. This is my conspiracy theory. I've got a tinfoil hat, whatever. I genuinely think there was a sabotage mission in this with the CGI. Genuinely
to sabotage Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I genuinely think because they had so much time. It's been in production for so long.
It's like 2018. It was on pre-production. I think.
So long, like that, they had so much time, and when they came out and said this was intent. To have the CGI like this was intent because you want to get the view from the speedster and obviously you could see all of this sort of stuff. I just look at it and I called BS straight away. I was like, this was intent because the smallest elements of post production to get that so wrong, it has to be intent because working in media myself, I would never sign that off.
Let me ask you a question. Did you not know apparently Nicolas Cage was actually there to be shot for the movie?
Was he really?
Watching it, I would have never guessed. And I kind of don't believe them.
That's how I look at that. Yeah,
I don't believe it.
You look at that. Yeah, and they've got a perfectly whole man, a perfect whole man, and then put him in and make him CGI, make him look that bad. Are you telling me that's not sabotage?
I did like that scene because they were fighting the spider.
Because we was watching it
for it, and I was like, yeah, I like that.
We was watching it, and I looked at him, and I saw the back of it. Because again, I'm heavily into the Flash and the Superman from day dot. I knew. I said that's Nick Cage, and he looked at me. I said, yeah, that's Nicolas Cage. And he turned around, he's like, oh, Nicolas Cage, because I knew because it was Tim Burton was meant to film that, and that got canned years ago.
Yeah, there's a documentary on it.
Yeah, I saw that donkeys years ago.
And Lives or something like that.
Yeah,
what happened? Yeah.
So stuff like that. Knowing now what you just said.
What's his name? Kevin Smith was the writer for it.
Yes.
And then they kind of said no because they wanted a big ass spider.
Yeah,
and he said
spider.
No. What's the point? And that's the reason why they put that spider. Because it's a nice. I thought that was quite.
But knowing what you said with Nick Cage being there, you honestly believe that's not a sabotage mission? They've got a real man there.
I don't know about sabotage mission. Thing is, trying to do Speed Force the way they were trying to do it, like I think going back to your earlier point, they should have just taken years to do that stuff instead of like trying to rush everything.
But when he started to do the run and the whole place just zoomed, and that was cool.
That was all cool. But when they started, like the world started converging and you're seeing like the outline of the circle that he's in and he sees the timeline and stuff like that, everything just looked so fake. But
that's what they were saying was
it was intended. I know.
I don't believe there was intent there.
I can't get with it personally.
But when you see Christopher Reeves and
that was nice.
The Supergirl from my era,
that was nice.
That was a nice touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
My hope
and Kara, Supergirl, and this one.
Okay, calm down.
They didn't show Christian Bale Batman or anything like that, did they?
No, he refused. To be in it.
Refused.
He said he'd only come back if Christopher. I can't remember his bloody name now.
Christopher Nolan.
He said he'd only do it if Christopher Nolan asked him. No one else.
It wouldn't have even fit because their universe was so.
That's why they had to go with George Clooney.
But then.
Oh my God! Oh my god, the George Clooney bit.
I just sort of slipped that in there.
Oh my god.
That was at the end, wasn't it? Yeah. Sorry.
We'll get to that.
We're jumping the gun
get
here.
to that.
But then,
Yeah, by the way, we're jumping all over the movie.
yeah, because it's
It's as chaotic as the movie.
It
this
is, I
review,
promise you.
So.
It's Flashpoint. What do you expect? We're all over the place.
But then it made me rethink about the actual quality of the Batman that Ben Affleck was.
Yeah, but
because looking at, even though Christian Bale was a good Batman,
Yeah.
Ben Affleck was a better Batman.
He was
in
a
my
timed
opinion,
Batman, wasn't he? He was an older generation Batman
Yeah.
where he's done more than what Christian Bale has.
Yep.
So he's at that point where, do you know what? I'm just going to bash some
He's
skull.
towards the end of
Yeah,
it.
but what got me is when you see the Batman and obviously the Ben Affleck Batman, there was reasoning behind the voice, and then Christian Bale and him making the voice.
Yeah.
I was like,
Christian Bale's one just got worse and worse as the
every
movies
time you
went
watch,
on.
yeah.
But the
you
good
do
thing
it.
about those ones is that the movies are good.
The movies
That's
are good.
why you
There's
can't.
little things in it you can poo-poo.
So-
But then, okay, look, the Flashpoint. The last thing with the Flash for me is the George Clooney thing. I think they were just trying to throw everything in it. They were trying the hardest to.
But this
rescue
is
the
my
movie.
thing, so James Gunn said this is the reset, right? So what is like? I imagine not, but what is George Clooney now our Batman? Like, what is how I don't understand.
No. I'm hoping. As I said before, you lot jumped in. I'm hoping that they're gonna draw a line on the stand and come back again in 5 years.
This was the last DCU movie before the James Gunn universe comes in.
okay.
Right, so this
is the reset for this universe. So that's it. It's done.
It's done now. So
you're saying this stuff won't link to the new stuff?
No, apparently
good,
not.
good.
Unless they are going to use George Clooney. I can't see it, but
I can't see it. Yeah.
apparently this is the last one in.
Because Batman,
this world.
Brave
and the Bold.
Brave and the Bold is apparently based on the numbers that they got, they're gonna can it. But then that's just so unfair. That's so unfair because Flash was a non-starter from Ezra Miller. So to do that, that's you're hurting the fans, not your pocket. You're hurting the fans because the fans will pay to see Brave and Beyond.
It's mad. This movie is not doing as good as they wanted it to. Like, I saw a
big
post
time.
on Friday, I think it was, and there was like a 75% drop since the weekend that it came out of people going. There was like a 75% drop, and I was like, that is so significant. That is so much.
It's a shame though.
Yeah.
It's because it's not a bad movie. I mean, there are definitely worse movies out there.
Could have worked, yeah.
And it could have worked. And there are big scenes in this that really, I mean, especially for me, not liking Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And when they wiped out that
Crazy, innit?
when they wiped out that Man of Steel scenes
Yeah.
and placed him with Kara,
Yeah.
loved it. I was there. I really thoroughly enjoyed that entire scene with the new Batman and Kara coming in.
I did want to say, I did like Supergirl.
She was cold.
I was cool with
But
Supergirl.
you know there was meant to be Supergirl and Superman in this.
Yeah, it's just, there's just parts of it that were just like the whole Kal-El dying as a baby kind of stuff. Like, okay,
But look, I understand.
I fully get it, but listen,
But no, 'cause
just make
it was in the
Flashpoint.
comics already.
If you're gonna do Flashpoint, make Flashpoint, have Reverse Flash kill his mom, and we deal with it from there, and that's it. How have we not seen Reverse Flash yet? How have we not seen him yet? Like, I thought this whole time from the trailer, I thought the other Barry was gonna be Reverse Flash this whole time.
But he is though. He was the
Kind of,
Yeah.
but yeah. In the end, it was just him. I guess he's been with his mother longer, so hearing about that whole stuff about his mom just put him over the edge and stuff like that.
He's trying to save everybody, and he's
Yeah,
constantly
it
doing
got a
it.
bit
But he
too
didn't.
much.
He didn't have that connection with Michael Keaton Batman that Barry had, because Michael Keaton Batman and obviously Barry, the Flash from the universe that we were watching, they both experienced loss, and they both know that in order for life to go on, they have to have that loss for everything to go on.
Defines them.
Yeah, but that Flash from that universe, young Flash, he's never experienced loss.
Yeah.
So at all costs, he's going to make sure his mum's still alive. So he's going through the motions. He doesn't care what the damage. See, talking about it now, it could have been
Bro,
really good.
His story is so tragic, and it can be done so well. Like, it's just
You know what? I'm putting this out for you. Please, Zack Snyder, if you ever come across this, I'm begging you. Do the thing. I'm okay. Even putting one of those fake Flash runs, I'm okay with it. Please.
No, it was, I don't know. And that Barry was so annoying at times.
Yeah.
He was so annoying.
Too much.
And they did point out, like, I'm just obnoxious and stuff like that. I get it, but just
I know he's 18.
there was times it was just like, when he said to him, "Do you not understand the gravity?" I was like, seriously, do you not understand what's happening right now, bro? Relax for a second, please. But what do you not think about like the whole scenes of him getting his powers back? That was kind of like the comic and cartoon anime. That was okay.
Yeah, that was quite cool, actually. And then to take away because I knew obviously he had to lose his power at some point.
Yeah.
And then to give it to the young
So
Barry.
predictable, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it happens.
but I think to myself, if I was obnoxious and I was 18, and I'm sure that most people would agree I probably was, and I was given those powers at that age, being who I was at that time,
you're going crazy.
I would have gone nuts. Yeah, of course, you would do, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I probably would have caused way more damage.
Yeah.
So for him to only cause a couple of explosions was, I kind of got on board with, but it just got irritating as it went along.
Yeah.
And then we kind of got into the Michael Keaton aspect, which from there I was happy. I had a big grin on my face up at that whole moment, up until he died a few times. Oh, spoiler, dies.
I'm gonna have to watch
several times.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie again.
But then the Cara thing. I mean, she was such a good Supergirl for me, especially where she come out and they got her into the sun.
I liked that.
And you see her hands come back
That's
up to normal.
essentially Man of Steel, though.
Yeah, I know, but still.
You just don't like
I just don't like the Man of Steel aspect.
Yeah, you
of
like
it.
Henry Cavill in.
I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I just didn't like it, that film, because they just caused unnecessary amount of damage for no real reason. No, not really.
I think you're picking.
They did this in the desert, and she made point of it to make sure that it was all there. So they kept fighting.
Wait, say that again.
They had a massive big fight, didn't they, in the desert, away from everybody.
In Flash.
In Flash.
But you're comparing it with Man of Steel when they did it.
And in Man of Steel, they did it in the middle of the city.
Okay, let me.
Well, that point in Man of Steel,
that's when Zod came down.
And Superman goes with him.
Yeah.
On the ship.
Yeah.
Instead, in this one, they just fought.
Superman could have just grabbed him and just gone.
No.
But you know, Superman is like, it's my people. I just want to help him, see what's going on.
But
I'll throw him through a building.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. It'll just fall down.
But think about it. Flash, that young Flash got his powers and he wrecked like a truck and all that stuff in an instant, right? Superman,
okay. I just thought it was funny.
No, but hold on. Flash just got his powers, right? The young Flash, he started wrecking stuff immediately, right? Remember?
Zod just got his powers as well.
Zod just got his powers. And Superman, that's the first time he fought someone on his power level.
Yes.
That's why I kind of allow the damage thing. I don't see it like
as,
oh my God, why did they cause so
I was
much
on
damage?
board with Batman going, you've destroyed all this city. I was like, yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
But I'd be as angry as
So isn't that good payoff for you?
That's what I'm trying to tie in.
Batman versus Superman, even though I didn't like that particular film because it was a bit long and boring.
It was a bit long, yeah.
But that was a great scene when Ben Affleck come on and saw this destruction.
Yeah.
But then that ties the movie. That ties the movie. So you're now upset because the destruction. But then that is what ties the movies. That is what made Ben Affleck Batman, have this sort of issue with Superman. So it had to have been done. Because without that, he wouldn't have had any issues.
If you think about it, afterwards, because didn't they like Man of Steel? They fought in the city, and then BVS they made a point to be like, "Oh, this place is abandoned." When they fought Doomsday, so I guess he kind of learned from it. But I think that was more Batman.
I think that was Batman.
Yeah,
he drew him out onto the island.
Yeah, but I think we are drifting. I think we're gonna have to run up the.
But I do But I said to say that, I mean, the only thing that I was disappointed with this film, I was expecting a Flashpoint movie. I didn't get that, but it doesn't mean to say people won't enjoy this film. If you're a hardcore Flash fan, then you're not going to like it as much. Yeah. If you're not, and you just want to watch a superhero film
without the bias of Ezra Miller,
because I didn't have any bias against him anyway. So whatever he's done in his life,
you separate the man from
me. I don't care.
Yeah, separate the man from
the art. I don't really care what he's done or hasn't done. It's not for me to judge.
Yeah.
So I saw him as the Flash because I saw him as the Flash in the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see him again, and it was for me as a Flash fan and a Batman fan. I was pleasantly happy.
You're cool.
I was cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest film, the greatest superhero film. That was a bold statement.
Yeah.
But it was a decent film.
That narrative really didn't work.
Oh, no,
that really didn't work.
When you come in, it's the greatest superhero movie, and you're like up here, and you're thinking, oh, hang on, the animation and CGI is down here. Oh, some of the acting's a bit further down. Yeah. Oh, hang on, we're already down here.
Yeah. All right, then, lads, I'm going to have to ask you lot for some scores because I can't talk about this anymore because it's just upsetting.
I could talk about it all day.
Yeah.
Just the Michael. Just before we move on, I want to just discuss the Michael Keaton action scenes when he dives off and he comes down and he takes all those fellas out with the guns, and then when they started trying to shoot Barry and he just holds the Batman, the wing, the cape up,
He did that.
quality. And when he jumps out the plane, it always reminds me of you when you did that the preview bit when he just. I started laughing to myself because when he come out, I remember what you did. It's like people were staring at me. I was like, why is he finding that so funny? And all I could have in my head was you doing this.
That was good. I liked his scenes. I see a lot of people going crazy online about how like, you know, the two people with Zod. One of them is Feora, and then the other guy who doesn't talk. How Batman was finding like, how's Batman able to do this, and Superman had trouble with him and stuff like that. I was completely okay with that stuff. When he just kept on putting the stuff in, it just kept on exploding.
He wasn't beating him fist for fist. Yeah. He was using his brain to try and get around him, and it was. Just, I thought, that was quality, and he took the hits. Well done, Michael Keaton. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
All right, Mo.
STC scores. All right, The Flash. Oh gosh. Do you know the DC universe? Yeah, it just feels like a painting that's been ruined, and they keep trying to fix it, but they just can't. Yeah. And I just do some origins, and they just build off that, please, man.
That's why Batman Begins works so well, because it's its own dedicated movie. If they'd have just done the one, that would have been fine. Yeah. And they sort of done it properly from the arc all the way up to the origins. And they should have done that with this film. They should have done any of this multiverse stuff. If they would have just, for him, wake up and he wasn't the Flash, but he had a bit like Flashpoint, I would have been just as happy. Yeah.
All right. I will give this a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, Mark, what about you?
I think purely for Michael Keaton, he's coming back as Batman, and Batfleck and Kara. Especially Kara, you know.
We get it. You like her.
Kara's great.
Stunning. I loved it. Yeah, she's brilliant. So I'm going to give this a good 7, because I would quite happily watch it again. I've got no bias of anything, and the CGI it wasn't great, but it didn't bother me.
It bothered me.
I mean, I would watch it again.
I would buy it on a digital release. I don't think I'd buy it in 4K.
I'd buy it. Okay.
Oh, no 4K.
It'd be a digital release. On a sale, but I wouldn't buy it as 4K. But I would definitely watch it over and over again.
Okay. All right. Personally, again, as I said before, I was torn.
By the way, before you say your school, I don't remember Barry's mum being Hispanic on the comics.
No, but hey, it's a good touch.
Yeah, I didn't mind that at all. I was just like,
Spider-Man. Did you see Aunt May? She was stunning.
She was.
This guy, you're out for it today, ain't it? Man's on heat.
You talking about Marissa Tomei?
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, so
she's really old.
She's Can I give my score, lads?
Sorry.
Jeez. But yeah, no. I would give this a 7.5, which is a bias scoring, because I'm looking for the good in this, and I see some good in this. There are some potentials, but then again, there are some negatives. Bearing in mind, it being my favorite superhero, and where I want to score this movie, if it was done right, I want to score it like a solid 9.5, 10. Yeah. But I can't, so I have to a 7.5.
It's just a shame that they took 7.5. So long to create a Flash universe that now it's come to an end already, and they're going to reset the whole DCU, and we probably have to wait another few years, and
another 10 years before we see.
And plus Flash. The Grant Austin one is coming to an end as well. So Gustin, that's coming to an end already. So that's which, in my personal opinion, should have come to an end about 4 seasons ago.
Let's wrap it up, because I don't want to talk. I don't want no one to badmouth my
Reverse Flash. He's just doing properly. Just bring him in and do him properly. He's one of in my opinion, he's one of the best villains ever. One of, not the best, but he's one of the best villains ever, because he can make Barry's life hell.
Yes. And they did it really well in the TV series. They should have just brought him in this.
Have you ever watched the Flashpoint animated movie?
No, we were discussing that on the way up. I need to watch that. Yeah, I need to watch that.
Have you seen the one? Is that the one with Legion of Doom?
I don't think so.
With Miramaster and
they're in the beginning.
Vandal Savage.
Oh no, that's a different one. I think you're talking about Justice League Doom.
No, Doom. Flashpoint is different. Yes. Have you seen and then the Justice League? Yeah. But anyway, we could talk about anime.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a bracket from
DC animated is amazing.
Yeah, we'll do a bracket for that. Anyway, wrap up, please.
All right, guys. Excuse you.
Sorry, man.
So sassy.
Sorry, man.
Guys, thank you for watching the Flash movie review. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming up. I hope you enjoyed this review, and we will be back for some more. We are the Small Time Critics, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace.